Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when comfort becomes the enemy of progress. Too many people live beneath their potential, not because they lack talent, resources, or opportunity, but because they refuse to push themselves beyond what is familiar. Greatness is never accidental. Success is not a product of convenience. If you are waiting for the perfect time, ideal conditions, or external motivation to move forward, you will remain where you are, stagnant, unfulfilled, and frustrated. You must force yourself. You must force yourself to rise when you feel like lying down. You must force yourself to keep going when your mind and body scream for rest. Every great leader, every visionary, every trailblazer understood that discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. It is the force that separates the successful from the forgotten. No one ever changed the world by living in their comfort zone. No one ever achieved greatness by doing what was easy. Life will not give you what you deserve. It will only give you what you demand. Those who refuse to push themselves will be pushed aside. Those who wait for permission to succeed will always live under those who took initiative. If you want to rise, you must force yourself. If you want to become all that you were created to be, you must force yourself. Today, I will share with you 7 key principles that will transform your mindset and elevate your life. These principles are not for the weak. They are not for those who seek shortcuts or excuses. They are for those who are willing to break barriers, defy limitations, and step into their true potential. You must force yourself to think differently. The battle for success begins in the mind. Every action, every decision, and every breakthrough originates from a thought. If you do not control your thinking will control you. Most people live in mental prisons, locked behind the bars of doubt, fear, and mediocrity. They conform to the world's expectations, surrendering their potential in exchange for acceptance. But if you are to rise, you must force yourself to think differently. Thinking differently requires a rejection of limiting beliefs. You must identify and eliminate every thought that tells you what you cannot do. You must silence the voice that says you are not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough. The only limitations that exist are the ones you accept. If you do not challenge your thoughts, they will dictate your destiny. The greatest achievers in history were not the ones who followed the crowd, but the ones who dared to think beyond the norm. They saw possibilities where others saw problems. They envisioned a future that others could not comprehend. If you want to lead, if you want to innovate, if you want to make a difference, you must force yourself to break free from conventional thinking. This is not easy. Your environment has programmed you to think in a certain way. Society has conditioned you to settle, but you must resist. You must challenge everything you have been taught. If you want to grow, you must unlearn the habits of failure and relearn the principles of success. This means exposing yourself to new ideas, reading books that challenge your perspective, and surrounding yourself with people who stretch your mind. Your life is a direct reflection of your thoughts. If you think small, you will live small. If you think like a victim, you will remain one. But if you think like a leader, you will rise as one. The greatest power you have is the ability to change your mind. Force yourself to think differently, and you will transform your life. You must force yourself to take action. Most people dream, but only a few act. They desire success, but they hesitate. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. The only way to move forward is to take action. Imperfect, unpolished, and sometimes messy action. No one ever achieved greatness by sitting on the sidelines. Success belongs to those who are willing to step into the arena, to make mistakes, to stumble, and to rise again. Fear of failure paralyzes too many people. They spend their lives preparing, but never executing. They research, strategize, and analyze, but never take the first step. But here's the secret: action produces clarity. Movement generates momentum. If you want to grow, you must force yourself to take action. This requires courage. It requires defying the voice in your head that tells you to wait. It requires ignoring the naysayers who tell you that you are not ready. You must silence the inner critic and force yourself to do what needs to be done, even when you feel unqualified. The most successful people are not the most talented or the most gifted. They are the ones who took action when others hesitated. They started before they were ready. They moved before they had all the answers. If you wait until you feel prepared, you will wait forever. You must train yourself to act despite uncertainty. Make the phone call. Write the book. Launch the business. Take the leap. Your dreams will not chase you. You must chase them. And the only way to catch them is to move now. The world does not reward intentions, it rewards execution. Those who take action shape the future. Those who hesitate are left behind. Force yourself to act, and the world will move for you. You must force yourself to be disciplined. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Intelligence without discipline is meaningless. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Without discipline, dreams remain fantasies. Without discipline, goals are never achieved. Discipline is not a feeling, it is a decision. Feelings are unreliable. They change with the weather, with circumstances, with emotions. But discipline is constant. It is the ability to command yourself, to control your actions, to govern your life. If you want to win, you must force yourself to be disciplined. Every successful person has mastered this principle. They wake up early when they want to sleep. They work when others are resting. They train when they are tired. Discipline is not convenient, but it is necessary. It is what separates those who accomplish from those who only wish. This is where most people fail. They want results, but they do not want the responsibility. They want success, but they refuse to submit to the process. But there is no greatness without discipline. There is no mastery without self-control. You must develop habits that align with your destiny. Train your body, strengthen your mind, guard your time. What you do daily determines what you become permanently. If you do not rule your habits will rule you. Discipline is freedom. The more you master yourself, the more control you have over your future. The undisciplined are slaves to their impulses. but the disciplined are masters of their destiny. You must force yourself to be disciplined. Your future depends on it. You must force yourself to overcome fear. Fear is one of the greatest barriers to success. It has paralyzed more dreams, destroyed more ambitions, and stopped more people than failure ever could. Fear whispers in your ear, reminding you of everything that could go wrong. It convinces you that you are not capable, not ready, not worthy. But if you want to rise, you must force yourself to overcome fear. Fear is natural, but it should never be in control. It is a feeling, not a fact. The problem is that most people allow fear to dictate their decisions. They hesitate because they are afraid of making mistakes. They hold back because they are afraid of what others will think. But the truth is, no one ever achieved greatness without stepping into the unknown. If you wait for fear to disappear, you will wait forever. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the ability to move forward despite it. Every successful person has felt fear, but they did not allow it to control them. They understood that fear is a liar, a deceiver, a thief that steals opportunities. The only way to defeat fear is to act in spite of it. You must force yourself to move even when you are afraid. The more you face fear, the weaker it becomes. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you shrink fear's power. Every time you take action despite feeling afraid, you build confidence. Fear loses its grip on those who refuse to surrender to it. The problem is not that fear exists. The problem is that too many people bow to it. If you want to live a bold life, you must force yourself to challenge fear daily. Do the things that scare you. Speak up when you feel like staying silent. Try even when you might fail. The world is not kind to the timid. It rewards those who dare. If you force yourself to confront fear, you will break free from its chains, and nothing will be able to stop you. Fear is an illusion. It only has power if you give it power. But when you refuse to let fear control you, when you push past the limits it tries to impose, you will discover that on the other side of fear lies the life you were meant to live. You must force yourself to embrace pain. Pain is the price of progress. There is no growth without struggle, no strength without resistance, no victory without sacrifice. Most people run from pain, but those who achieve greatness are the ones who embrace it. They understand that pain is not their enemy, it is their teacher. If you want to succeed, you must force yourself to endure pain. Pain reveals your weaknesses. It exposes the areas where you need to grow. It tests your commitment to your dreams. Many people quit when things get hard, but champions keep pushing. They know that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. If you stop every time you feel discomfort, you will never achieve anything meaningful. The world is filled with people who gave up too soon. They abandoned their dreams because the journey was too difficult. But the truth is, nothing worth having comes easily. If success were comfortable, everyone would have it. The reason most people never reach their full potential is that they avoid struggle. They want shortcuts, but shortcuts produce shallow results. You must force yourself to stay in the fire. You must train your mind to endure hardship. When you push past pain, you build endurance. When you refuse to quit, you develop resilience. Pain is not punishment. It is preparation. It shapes you, strengthens you, and transforms you into the person you need to be. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history came from people who refused to let pain break them. They suffered, they sacrificed, but they never stopped. Pain is the refining fire that separates the weak from the strong. Those who embrace it grow. Those who avoid it remain the same. If you want to achieve something great, you must be willing to suffer for it. You must force yourself to endure when others quit. The pain you feel today will become the strength you rely on tomorrow. Do not run from it. Embrace it, and you will emerge unstoppable. You must force yourself to keep learning. Growth is not automatic. Wisdom is not inherited. Success is not permanent. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start dying. Many people fail not because they are incapable, but because they refuse to grow. They become comfortable with what they know and never stretch beyond it. But if you want to reach your full potential, you must force yourself to keep learning. Learning is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong commitment. The world is constantly changing, and those who refuse to learn will be left behind. The most dangerous thing you can say is, "I already know that." The moment you stop seeking knowledge, you stop advancing. The greatest minds in history were students until the day they died. You must force yourself to read, to study, to expose yourself to new ideas. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is what you learn in between. Every successful person is a reader, a listener, a student of life. If you do not grow mentally, you will never grow financially, spiritually, or professionally. If you do not grow, you will never grow financially, spiritually, or professionally. Learning requires humility. It requires admitting that you do not have all the answers. Too many people let pride stop them from growing. They believe they know enough, and that belief keeps them stuck. But the wise understand that there is always more to learn. They never stop searching, never stop improving, never stop evolving. It is not enough to learn. You must apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is useless. Too many people collect information but never use it. They attend seminars, read books, and listen to great speakers, but their lives remain the same because they do not apply what they learn. Learning without application is wasted potential. If you want to be successful, you must be a student of success. Force yourself to learn every day. Read books that challenge you. Surround yourself with people who stretch your thinking. Never settle for what you know today, because tomorrow requires a greater version of you. You must force yourself to never give up. The greatest difference between those who succeed and those who fail is persistence. For you does not guarantee success. The only thing that guarantees success is the refusal to quit. If you want to reach your destiny, you must force yourself to never give up. Every person who has achieved something great has faced moments when they wanted to quit. They have battled frustration, disappointment, and failure. But what separates the winners from the losers is the decision to keep going. Most people give up too soon. They stop at the first sign of difficulty. They surrender after the first setback. But champions push through. Life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path, challenge your resolve and shake your faith. But you must refuse to back down. You must remind yourself why you started. Quitting is easy, but regret is a heavy burden. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of quitting lasts forever. You must develop the mindset of a warrior. When doors close, find another way. When people doubt you, believe in yourself. When you fall, rise again. The race is not always won by the fastest or the strongest, but by the one who refuses to stop running. History remembers those who endured. The greatest success stories are written by those who refused to quit. They suffered, they stumbled, but they never surrendered. They understood that persistence breaks barriers, that endurance creates legends. No matter how hard life gets, do not give up. Do not surrender to fear, pain, or frustration. Keep moving forward because the prize belongs to those who endure. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you realize. Force yourself to keep going, and you will achieve what others only dream about. Ladies and gentlemen, success is not a gift. It is a fight. It does not come to the weak, the passive, or the fearful. It comes to those who force themselves to rise, to push, to fight, and to conquer. If you can master yourself, nothing will be impossible for you. Do not wait for permission to be great. Do not wait for motivation to act. Life rewards those who force themselves to think differently, to take action, to be disciplined, to overcome fear, to embrace pain, to keep learning, and to never give up. This is your moment. This is your time. Rise up, take control, and force yourself into greatness.